So hopefully this is running. If so, welcome back to part 2 of walking through Matthew. It looks like it's on YouTube, or it says it's coming soon. So let's see, make sure that link is working. Yep. So we're walking through Matthew. So Matthew, book in the Bible, New Testament, Gospels, done part 1. Go check that out. Now on part 2. Let's get the Bible up. So for those that don't know, just going to wander through it, see what stands out, see everything that's turn my mic up so I could actually hear myself, see what's what, see what stands out, see what's challenging, and just documenting the journey throughout, seeing what stands out for myself. Comment. I wonder if I can add, I think I can have a chat. I should probably add that to the side because that'll be handy for questions in the future and my mishaps of readings. So what we've got here. So we've got Matthew 2. Let's get the pencil up. We're on Matthew 2. So this is second chapter of Matthew. So Matthew's the first book of the New Testament. So there's the sort of second part. I wouldn't say second half because it's not split in halves, the New and Old Testament. So the Magi, I think. The Magi visit the Messiah. Magi. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, in Judea. So it's laying down the groundwork of where that is. So obviously that would be sort of the Christmas story, as probably a lot of people know it is. During the time of King Herod, again, laying down foundations, Magi or Magi from the east came to Jerusalem. Sometimes these are tidbits when people say east and west and all that type of stuff. I think it's just practical here rather than in the Old Testament. And also, where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw this star when it rose and came and have come to worship him. When King Herod heard this, when King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. When he had called together all the people, chief priests and teachers, and all the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. In Jerusalem, in Judea, they replied. So I guess that would probably be Old Testament news. So they're like, we figured this out, because obviously they're teachers and priests, but notice how they're working together with the king. They're just laying down the foundation of why Jesus came in the first place. They replied, for this is what the prophet has written. There you go, prophet. So again, that'll be Old Testament. So again, this is reference. So this is referencing something in the Bible. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judea. For out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people, Israel. Then Herod called the Magi, secretly, I should probably figure out how to actually say that, and found out from them the exact time the star had happened. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search carefully for the child. As soon as you find him, repost to me, so that I too may go and worship him. After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was born. Then they saw the star. They were overjoyed. On coming to the house, so I'm here, They saw the children with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts. Again, so this is gold, frankincense, myrrh. Of gold, frankincense, myrrh. So Christmas story. If people know, they know. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. So that is, again, these are quite handy, giving you a bit of a summary. So again, it was following the star, giving the gifts, going in a different direction. Cool. So it's Herod using the priests and teachers, so people of the law, using their knowledge to some extent against them. It's intriguing to know, are these on Herod's side? Are these all together? Or is it just his rule and reign is quite abrupt that they might not be together? But we will see. The escape to Egypt. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. So again, it seems like a reoccurring thing of how to speak to Joseph is in dreams. Get up, he said, take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. So, given instructions what to do, with who, where, stay here until I tell you. And then what is he warning him from? So it's given all the context there, which is handy, this angel of the Lord. So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night and left for Egypt. What would be fascinating is how far is Egypt from Bethlehem? I wonder what journey that's like. Where he stayed until the death of Herod. So basically for his reign to end. It's like and then it becomes the next king or whatever. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, out of Egypt I call my son. So again, the prophet will say loads of things, and basically the New Testament is sort of, it's as if the prophet has got like a checklist of things, and the New Testament is pretty much going tick, 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 which is sort of referencing historical things that's like, how can that be true and that be true and that be true and that be true all at once? To I guess it's like a two-factor authentication, I can't even say it, of like when you get a text and a code, this is basically the Bible's way / God's way of getting that. That's interesting. I've not thought of that before. When Herod realized that he had been outwitted by Magi, he was furious and he gave orders. Okay, so we're jumping back. When Herod realized, so I guess we've jumped back because obviously he's not dead. Outwitted by him, he was furious and gave order to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under. So it's basically just absolute torture to everyone. So it's 2 years old and younger to kill all of them in the vicinity and in Bethlehem. In accordance with the time he had learnt from the Magi, then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah, again, Old Testament prophet Jeremiah, was fulfilled, referencing it. A voice is heard in Ramha, weeping the great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more. So that's, again, people might be like, oh, I wonder if this Herod guy is just want to know where Jesus is. But then as you read, he obviously wanted to kill him to make sure that, because I guess their fear is this Jesus will be the new king, because they're thinking it might be taking over this world in a certain way and their sort of structure. So that sort of got part 1, part 2, and I guess this is part 3 if you split it up with these subheadings. The return of Nazareth. So after Herod died, so again back to the post-death now, Angel Lord appeared in a dream. Again, this is the theme. Angel Lord appeared, dream to Joseph. So I guess Joseph always got dreams of how God speaks to him in Egypt, and said, "Get up, take your child and his mother and go to the land of Israel. For those who were start that again. My dyslexia's kicking in more than normal today. For those who were trying to take the children's life are dead." Great. So he got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus, guessing, I should probably get some sort of something that can read it out, some sort of application, as that would be quite handy, was reigniting in Judea in a place of his father Herod. So his father Herod, so I guess this was probably the prince in this part, and now he's promoted to the king. He was afraid to go there. Having been warned in a dream, he withdrew to the district of Galilee, and he went and lived in a town called Nazareth. So was fulfilled what was said by the prophets. Again, the checklist on the Old Testament of all these random places getting ticked off one by one, that he would be called a Nazarene. So that's interesting. Get up, take your child and go to the land of Israel. So just said the land of Israel. So I wonder what made Joseph. So Joseph chose that, even though it's prophetic. He went there just because he was feared of this, afraid to go there, afraid to go back to basically Bethlehem. So he went from Bethlehem to Egypt. Wow, it's sort of back, isn't it? Sort of back, but different place to Nazareth. So it's ticking this, ticking this, ticking this. Great. That is part 2. Yeah, I think that's, again, setting out the scene of what was during the pregnancy of Jesus' birth and then the birth. And also highlighting already, it's highlighted 3 or 4 prophets saying, and that's just laying down the groundwork before all the rest of his teachings and healings. So hopefully you find that interesting. And we'll leave it there as a part 2. Bye for now.